you ever seen a horse cry just like this one? This horse got injured while playing in the field and was even crying. But what the man did to save it will shock you. He started off by checking the hoof and checking for any damages. The hoof is very delicate and can get hurt if it steps on any sharp object. Then comes preparation. The hoof is cleaned and trimmed to create a smooth, even surface. This is very crucial for making sure the new shoe fits perfectly. Finally, a new horseshoe is attached. Using special nails, the shoe is secured snugly to the hoof. Press subscribe if you like horses and let us know in the comments what color of horse do you like. Do you ever wonder if animals can cry? Well, here's the deal. Animals do get teary eyes, but don't grab your tissues yet. For most of them, those teary eyes are all about biology. Dogs cry to clear their eyes. Elephants keep their eyes hydrated. But can animals cry out of sadness or joy like humans? But here's where it gets interesting. Some researchers think animals like elephants and primates might shed tears from emotion. But while their tears might not always mean sadness, animals feel emotions as deeply as we do. Do animals cry just like us, or is it just a myth? Let us know in the comments, and if you love discovering the amazing truth about animals, smash that subscribe button to join the zone. This man saved this cat's life. When the hurricane struck, chaos swept through everything in its path. But amidst the distraction, there was a glimmer of hope hanging by a thread. A cat no bigger than a loaf of bread held for its dear life. But then he appeared, a man who saw more than just a cat. He saw a life worth saving. In this moment, he didn't hesitate. Through wind, rain, and rising waters, he made a choice to save a helpless soul. If this story touched you, press subscribe to the zone and join us for more incredible moments like this. And in the comments, tell us what's the most touching rescue story you've ever heard.
This puppy was just born, and it seemed lifeless. But what this man did to save it will leave you in shock. He began by gently shaking the puppy, hoping to push oxygen into its tiny nostrils, and carefully wiped its fragile body with a towel. The puppy let out a faint cry, but its life was still hanging by a thread. Refusing to give up, the man used a special tool to breathe air into its tiny lungs. Meanwhile, the mother dog grew increasingly anxious, sensing her baby's struggle for survival. Driven by determination, the man tried one last desperate measure. He swung the puppy gently up and down, forcing oxygen to flow through its body. And then the miracle happened. If this story touched you, don't keep it to yourself, share it. Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to join the zone. How fast can this dog recognize danger? The man first starts by dabbing up the kid and walking around him, trying to get the dog to be suspicious of him. He then shakes his hand and turns around to take our knife and starts shaking his hand, while his other hand us holding the knife. But suddenly the man attacks the kid, but the dog reacts fast and bites him before he could stab him. Press subscribe if you would want this dog for yourself, and what color would you want it in? This dog is about to meet this baby for the first time, and it's so adorable. When a dog meets a baby for the first time, it's nothing short of magical. At first, there's hesitation, a slow wag of the tail, a curious sniff, and maybe even a head tilt. Who is this tiny human? The dog seems to ask. But then something amazing happens. The dog realizes this isn't just a visitor, it's family. Their instincts kick in, and they step into the role of protector, playmate, and for the first time ever, big brother. You'll see cautious paws gently touching tiny hands, noses nudging little toes, and eyes full of wonder and love. Because when dogs meet babies, it's not just a meeting, it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Subscribe to see more moments that melt your heart. This man found this swan stuck on a metal fence, but what he did to it will shock you. He first got it unstuck, but then the swan started following him, and he decided to take it out for lunch. And then the man took it home on his car and gave him a tour around his yard. The man then decided to adopt the swan, be his pet, and even lived with him in the house. Slowly, the man and the swan started to get close to each other and spend time together. The man and the swan got so close that the swan started protecting the man. Like and subscribe and let us know in the comment if you would want a swan for yourself. This man just saved this chick's life because while packing some eggs, he noticed that there was a chick that just hatched. Without hesitation, he took the chick out of the eggshell and feed it some pits of ginger. The chick looked so tiny that it looked like a piece of gum on the man's hand. After a while, the chick could walk and chase the man around in the house. After a full month of living with it, the chick grew to a hen and was independent to go live by itself. Press subscribe if you would save a chick yourself. This kid saved this dog's life. This kid was waiting for the elevator, and once it opened, he goes inside thinking nothing of the situation, but what he didn't know is that a dog followed him and completely unaware of what was about to happen next as he presses his floor number. The boy stares at himself in the mirror, completely clueless about the dog who followed him in. Once the elevator closes, the dog screeches for help, and the boy did not hesitate as the elevator drags the dog. The boy acts fast and decides to grab the leash as the elevator drags them both up. The boy quickly unhooks the leash and saves the dog's life. If it wasn't for this brave boy taking action, this dog would have been gone. Press subscribe if you think he is a hero. This guy was playing with his cat when he came across the craziest realization. After throwing the toy to the ceiling, this was the cat's reaction. But do you think it's animal abuse? This man trained his 4 dogs to stay next to his children at all times when he went out to greet the men who had never been met by the dogs before. The dogs remained calm and showed no reaction. But the moment the little girl came out, the behavior of the dogs changed immediately. They stood attentive and followed her at every step. Vigilant and careful, they would do anything for her safety. Truly, dogs have become more loyal than some humans. While eating dinner, this dog decided to eat the entire chicken, and the owner's reaction will leave you traumatized.
You just ate an entire chicken farm. The whole chicken. Do you have any idea what you've done? It was $20.
But do you think this is animal abuse? This guy was playing with his dog when he came across the craziest realization. He noticed that his dog liked rushing into the dryer after drying clothes because it likes sitting on top of hot clothes. But what even crazier is that his dog refused getting out when he tried taking it out. But do you think this is animal abuse? This dog saved this kid's life. This kid was walking with his dog thinking nothing of the situation, but he was not ready for what was about to happen. Suddenly, other dogs came to attack the kid, but the dog was prepared. The dog followed the other dogs that came to attack. If it wasn't for this dog, this kid would have been gone. Press subscribe if you think this dog is a hero. This giant dog just met this puppy, but didn't eat it. And here is why. This is because it's the mother of this puppy. Press subscribe if you like dogs. This man drives around his RC car to feed hungry stray cats. This man has made it his mission to feed and help put hungry cats. If you had an RC car, let us know in the comments and press subscribe. Cats, but they get more fluffy. Level 10 will give you goosebumps. It was the first time this dog went to the park, and he refused to leave. The owner tried to pull him to go, but he just wouldn't. The owner then gave up and left the dog there, and he continued on laying down. Press subscribe if you like dogs, and go check out my other video.